Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just click the link in the show description to support now.
Wow, Women of Wrestling is back. And to celebrate our friends over there, we have none other than Miami Sweet Heat, aka Lindsey and Laurie. Two fantastic ladies. I can't wait for you folks to hear this great conversation. But before we get to any of that, speaking of Sweet Heat, I'm telling you right now, folks, if you want one of the best chicken sandwiches that you will ever try in your life, head over to my friends over at Panera Bread. Okay, they have the spicy take chicken sandwich. Check this out. First and foremost, the chicken is seasoned and seared. Okay, so you get that nice little char on the outside, but it stays juicy on the inside. And what's even cooler is that this chicken is raised without antibiotics. Okay, so we're talking about some of the freshest, most delicious flavored chicken that you'll try. But they also put the spicy buffalo sauce on top, crispy pickle chips, garlic aioli, and all of that in between two slices of brioche roll. Oh my goodness. Okay, this Sweet Heat gives Miami Sweet Heat a run for their money. I'm telling you, once again, the spicy take chicken sandwich. Head over to our friends over at Panera Bread. Get yourself one of these and enjoy. And now, let's get on with the show.
You're locked in.
Look at what we have here, folks.
To the only show that matters.
The cream of the crop.
Duke loves wrestling.
And there is no one that does it better than
Your host,
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
the Duke.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hi, this is Lindsey.
This is Laurie, and
we're Miami Sweet Heat, and you're listening to Duke Loves Rasslin.
Well, Miami Sweet Heat, this is a long time coming. I am so excited to have you on the Duke Loves Wrestling podcast. Welcome.
And we're super excited to be here. You've been supporting Laurie and I since we started on our wrestling journey. So it's a long time coming.
It does seem like a long time, right?
It does, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, it's been years now, which is really cool because I've gotten to see the way that you both have progressed in the wrestling industry from just training. Even before you had your first match, we were already talking.
That's true. That was like over 4 years ago, probably.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's when we started our journey.
It's a long time. I mean, it went fast, but it went slow too.
Yeah.
And look at you now.
If somebody told me, I was telling Laurie this the other day, hey, you have to start over where you started. Could you do it again? I looked at Laurie and said, I don't know if I could.
I don't think I could. No.
It was wrestling. We love wrestling, and it was definitely the hardest thing that we've ever done in our lives.
It's funny because I actually told Lindsey, and I went to watch a training session with a friend here in Largo, and I was like, oh, this looks like it could be fun. And then our friend had actually trained with Pops in Pennsylvania, and he said, oh, you can't go anywhere but to the Wild Samoan. So I looked it up, and it was like an hour and a half, and we went down there and met, Pops and Mama Lynn, and after that, it was history. And I gotta say, the first day I was a little bit like, "Ooh, this kind of hurt."
The first bump, I was like, "Okay, so what'd you get us into, Laurie?" And actually, I fell in love with it too. So
yeah, and it was a little bit harder for us because we didn't grow up watching wrestling, like pro wrestling. Our brothers both did amateur, but it was a little bit harder understanding the sport and the psychology. That was the hardest part.
Well, you certainly have figured it out. And listen, I just want to point out something for anyone listening out there. That buzzing that you hear is because Miami Sweet Heat are in high demand. So their phones keep going off. Everyone is trying to get them to do interviews, take pictures. They want them to be on the next TV episode and what have you. So I'm just letting you know that's what that is. That's not some kitchen timer or something like that, right?
That's right, dude. We're the hottest tag team out there.
That's
and we're going for the WOW tag team titles.
That's right.
Well, now talk to me about this, because you ladies are literally in the fastest growing promotion in the world, WOW Women of Wrestling, who just secured a fantastic spot with the CBS networks. So, full distribution around the nation and around the world, and legitimately the number 2 promotion in North America, because WOW has the most distribution. There's no other promotion other than WWE that has as much distribution as WOW. I mean, how does it feel to be working with such a major promotion?
Ever since David called us with the opportunity and we were like, absolutely, we want to be a part of WOW. That was one of our main goals, to be a part of an organization run by David McLean and Jeanie Buss and Selina Majors. I can never leave her out. We just feel blessed and so grateful for the opportunity, and that they looked at us and they saw potential. And David said they are for WOW and they will flourish in WOW, and I want them. They're going to be great
and
here.
It's just an awesome organization. They really it's given a lot of women more opportunities, and
there's not like a lot of opportunities in wrestling, and there's a lot of wrestlers, and it's becoming, I think, more popular because a lot of women too, like us, we played college basketball, and that was the love of our life for 15 years of our lives. When it ends, you're like looking for that void. And for us, we tried bodybuilding, we tried other things, and nothing ever seemed to fill that void. And we found wrestling, and then we're like, this is it. We love it.
I almost like it. I like it more than basketball.
Yeah, we fell in love with it more than basketball. So now
it's a lot harder to.
Now we live and breathe it. Once we signed up, we're like, okay, I can tell you have to live and breathe this to be good.
Oh, so this is really cool. So I knew about the bodybuilding, but I didn't realize that you ladies were these big basketball stars as well. So let's talk about this for a second, because I'll tell you right now, Sue Bird is my favorite basketball player other than Bill Russell. So like there's Bill Russell, who literally he's won 11 championships in the NBA. He was a great collegiate athlete. Sue Bird, she's won 4 WNBA championships. She was with
awesome.
Yeah, she was with UConn, and she won the championships with them as well in college. Who are your favorite basketball players?
I love LeBron. I'm a LeBron fan, and a huge Lakers fan as well. So
Lisa Leslie back in the day, I was a huge Lisa fan.
Oh, yeah. Laurie had every Lisa Leslie jersey, and I had Cynthia Cooper's, like all her jerseys.
Of course. Two WNBA Hall of Famers. And correct me if I'm wrong, but was it Lisa Leslie was the first to ever dunk? She was the first woman.
I believe.
Yeah.
And we played at a small D2 NIA college. 2 years we were at Peru State, and then we transferred to go into occupational therapy. We went to college at St. Mary's in Omaha.
Paid for our schooling and
got us some, tuition,
and we love basketball. I was all conference, of course.
I don't know how I should have got it, but I always tell Lindsay, I think, because in college, we had the schedule where we were, you have games and training and then class. So I think that helped us get through, working and then going to training when we started wrestling. So it
I think it was it built that backbone for us, because we were starting our business at the time that we signed up to wrestle. So we were working these long hours, like 50-hour, 60-hour weeks, trying to get our business going. And then we would drive to the Wild Samoans, was about an hour and a half from us, twice a week when we started our training. So that year, I hardly remember anything, because I remember
it
was a blur. I was so tired, I'd be dragging myself out of bed. And then I remember going to patients with bruises all over, and they're like,
sprained ankles.
Walking out of my car, sprained ankles. And I'm like, these patients are like, oh, are you okay? What's up? You're all scraped up. So it was the first year and a half was a journey. And then, of course, we continued to train weekly. The Wild Samoans closed their doors after COVID hit.
We still had our school shows.
We were still running the school shows, but we found we've then had to find a new training. So we're still at the wrestling lab, and with Matt Seidel, Big Con, and Jay Lethal. We train over there.
It was hard right away, because you get so used to where you train at, and trying to find you get comfortable at a new place, and COVID was hard.
I think when we look back on this time period in history, this is similar to being part of a war. because, we lost so many people and all of us collectively experienced trauma at the same time.
Oh, everybody.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
I feel like we're still as people are still recovering from the trauma.
Yeah.
Because of COVID and everything, it was hard because there really wasn't much wrestling going on. So you kind of it's a little depressing for a while. Even training stopped we stopped training for about 5 months because all the schools shut down, and it was
a hard time.
It was.
And then you're going to houses and seeing these people that are just totally sick, and it was a lot mentally.
And healthcare's really changed since COVID. Well, during that time too, we had a shift in like the Medicare payment system. It's called PDGM now, and they switched the whole payment reimbursement system, and we don't get as much therapy with our clients, which is also hard to adjust to.
Wow. So that's interesting. So it literally, the after effects of the pandemic is still being felt on so many different levels there.
It is. Yeah. And a lot of people don't know this about, therapy right now. So we're not as busy as back in the day when we were going to training at Pops. It was like crazy, but now it's not as busy because of the new reimbursement system. I mean, there was a time like, I saw a patient with a stroke, I could get as many therapy visits as I needed. Now I'm lucky if I get 3. And that's not enough. Like,
no, not at all. Not at all. It's not enough for the patient, and it certainly is not enough for you folks who are providing the health care.
Anymore, I tell people, if we don't have anybody there to follow through, because we're basically going in and educating the family on what to follow through with. And if they don't have anybody, it makes it hard.
Sure. And that'll take a toll on you mentally too.
And it's hard,
you want to help people.
And it's mentally hard because it's like, gosh, I wish I could help these people more, but insurance is very,
very tricky.
It's like, we're so limited because we don't get a choice. They're like, oh no, you only get 3 visits. So it's really, and it's sad trying,
See, folks listening, this is really interesting because here we have these 2 superheroes, these super athletes who, we watch them on television and they are so glamorous and so tough and strong and doing what they do out there to entertain us. And, they also work in healthcare and are providing so much to their patients and what have you, and trying to help people extend their lives, which is so important. And it just goes to show, WOW is a community of women who are doing so many different things. And I think that's part of the reason why your fan base is so strong. And in fact, a lot of young women are watching the show because they see themselves in you, not just because you're these big, strong, tough athletes, but also because they can tell that you're real people. I mean, how does that feel to know that more women watch WOW Women of Wrestling than any other wrestling program in America today?
I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that statistic, it really made my heart happy because I was telling somebody the other day, I love that WOW, every single one of us on the roster, including Laurie and I, we're so different, and we all bring so many different things to the table, including our wrestling skills and our life experience, that I feel like we can reach every woman out there
can relate to one of us, and we can reach them and help them. And for me and Lindsay, with our story, I always tell, I really hope, to reach people like our age. We started wrestling a lot later than most people at 30. And it just to show women that you can have a career and go after your dreams at the same time. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. I was saying the other day that we're healthcare superheroes and we're wrestling superheroes. So you could say we go from body slamming to taking blood pressures, body slams to blood pressures.
Listen, so they don't need to bring out the medical people after your matches because you ladies can just stay and do double duty, basically, right?
Basically, yep. Let's diagnose you.
We are talking to Lindsey and Laurie, Miami Sweet Heat of WOW Women of Wrestling. And once again, folks, every Saturday or Sunday, depending on where you are in the world, you can catch new episodes of WOW Women of Wrestling. Check your local listings, but it's all part of the CBS family of networks. So definitely want to check it out. It is a fun show to watch. One of the best hours of pro wrestling that you'll see all week. Now, in addition to all of these great things that you ladies do at home, I know that, you have time to do some traveling as well. In fact, Laurie, you recently went on a special trip, and I got to tell you, you and I have some heat over this. Okay, and I don't know if I'm going to call it sweet heat either, but it's definitely heat. Okay, because and I'm not in Miami, I'm Boston. All right, you can hear in the accent, I'm Boston. Listen, you went all the way to Egypt. Okay, one of the most historic, beautiful lands in all of known existence. You went all the way to Egypt, and you had the audacity to come back home. You didn't bring the Duke any almond milk. You didn't bring me any dates. You didn't bring me any of the special candies. No ginger. I get nothing.
It's crazy because you can't bring, like, I was going to bring Lindsey some of their coffee and some things, and like they're very particular on what you can get even past security and all that.
So what she's saying?
Hey,
what's she saying, dude? Because otherwise she would have brought.
I definitely.
Oh, sure.
I brought like some like little statues. So if I ever see you in person, I got you, dude. But
you should come to a live taping.
Well, I'm going to come to a live taping, but I mean, I don't want statues. I want food. Where's the candy? What's going on here? So tell me, of course we have the historic sites and all that stuff. Anyone who's taken an ancient history class knows Egypt is everything. Read the Bible. Egypt is everything, of course. But I want to know about the food. I mean, what were you eating over there?
You can tell it's more organic, and like my husband always says, because they don't process their food because they don't have it costs money to process food. So all their stuff's a lot more natural.
Laurie said your stomach didn't hurt one time over there.
No, everything I ate, my stomach was fine. His too. He ate, I think he gained 20 pounds because he's like, I'm not going to get back here for a while. So he was eating everything in sight. And then of course we get home and he's like, oh my God, I have a gut. And I'm like, well, you ate everything in sight for 3 weeks.
I love it.
Do you like falafels, dude?
Love falafel. Love shawarma. Love all that stuff there.
I can't get into the liver, but a lot of liver.
Well, liver is good because it's packed with so much nutrients like iron and what have you. So that's, you got to eat your liver, of course.
I heard that. I was listening to a podcast and somebody said something about liver being nutritious. And
I was like, I wish I liked it. I just can't. But it's interesting. I mean, I wasn't in a lot of the touristy areas besides the pyramids. We were with his mom in the city, and it definitely makes you feel blessed for what we have here in America.
I bet. I mean, definitely, there's the highs and the lows all over the world. And you got to see a little bit of everything there, which is really, really cool. And it's wonderful that you are back home safe. Well, definitely shout out to all of our fans in Egypt. We have some great distribution out there. Duke Loves Rasslin podcast is listened to in Egypt. Absolutely. In fact, I've been a top 10 pro wrestling podcast in Egypt for years now.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
For all of our fans listening, hey, the Miami Sweet Heat should be your new favorite tag team because they got a connection with you over there. So this is good stuff.
And me and my husband, because he's from there. We've been trying to get there for the last 4 years, but then with COVID, and so it was really nice to finally meet his mom and see what the country is like.
That's awesome. And meanwhile, Lindsey, you just had to stay home and work on your tan hair, huh?
Listen, she left me to work and take care of the cats. And
Lindsey was a great babysitter, though. She was.
Yeah.
But I was actually okay because we had just got back from tapings and then we went home to see family. I was like, I don't want to travel anywhere. I'm ready to get back into my routine.
It was kind of a lot all at once.
I bet. Yeah. I bet it was. It's interesting. I mean, you ladies, part of the reason why I've kept up with you for so long is just I love watching your journey because you post frequently, especially on Instagram, and it's really, really fun to see what's going on in your day-to-day lives. And
I always say, for the fans, Duke, if they're trying to get a hold of us, Lindsey's the best one because I'm not as active on Instagram and I'm not as good with technology. So she's the one that carries
I carry the social media. You could say that.
Yes.
Now, for anyone listening, Laurie is the raven-haired beauty of Miami Sweet Heat. So of course she has to be the mysterious one here. All right, she's going to make you work a little harder for the post, there, folks. Okay.
And that's funny in real life. That's how it is.
That's how it is.
Lindsay's the more social butterfly.
She's more quiet.
I love it. I love it. So talk to me about Miami, because, you know, you ladies have been all over the country and, you know, in some instances all over the world and what have you. What is it about Miami that has made you plant your flag and, you know, represent Miami as Miami Sweet Heat?
Miami, we love the Fontainebleau is our favorite. We go there just
the glamour,
to hang out.
The beaches, they had, you know, the nightlife, and then the beaches. It just kind of stuck.
And it's kind of like what we like to do. We'd like to go to the beach, and we like to live our best life. And I feel like Miami represents that vibe.
You hear that, Pitbull? Okay, Miami Sweet Heat is showing love to Miami. So next time you have a video or something like that, you make sure you bring them out.
Blue on a weekend.
That's right.
with a martini, laying out in the sun.
That's right. That's the way it is.
I like the club, but usually by 12, I'm tired.
Yeah, that's the end of that, huh?
Keep my beauty. Get beauty rest. Yes.
I love it. So what can we expect from you ladies the rest of this season of WOW Women of Wrestling? Because I know that you've been battling in the tournament for that tag team championship, prestigious WOW Women of Wrestling Tag Team Championship. So, you know, is that in the cards here? Are we going to see Miami Sweet Heat reign supreme in the number 2 promotion in the world?
Yes, you are going to see Miami Sweet Heat be
going all the way to the top.
All the way to the top. This weekend, we actually have an easy match. We're not even really worried about it. It's Gambino and Gigi.
Our goal is to get to the Tonga Twins.
The Tonga Twins have been on our radar since we started our match, the tournament. And we have one the match this weekend, and then we'll get to the finals, and that's where you'll see us win the tag team.
I already see it on our belts, on our waist. I mean,
yeah, it's purple is our color.
That's right. So you can wear that to the Pitbull concert down in Miami after you crush the Tonga. Listen, Tonga Twins, I understand that you're like the hottest thing going. You know, everyone's talking about you on late night TV and all that stuff. But I'm going to tell the Tonga Twins something right now. The biggest mistake you ever made in your lives, okay, is thinking that you can step up against Miami Sweet Heat. So
yeah, they've been doing a lot of smack talking on social media.
They're saying they're twins, but I they don't know what's coming.
See, we don't know what's coming because we were trained by the Samoans also.
See, so
they can't pull any tricks on us.
They can't pull any tricks up our sleeve. No.
This is like a family feud going on right here. But first you have to get through my Italian cousins though. You know, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but you got something for them, and then the Tonga Twins, you're on the list. That's right.
Yep.
Right.
And actually, we're coming for those Tonga Twins.
I didn't know this, but I guess it'll be the first twin versus twin.
Oh wow!
In history, we're both identical twins. We have the same middle names.
Incredible.
Both trained by Samoans.
This is a story in the making here. This is incredible.
The first twin versus twin match.
Yeah, as far as we know.
Well, I can't wait to see it. Once again, folks, WOW Women of Wrestling. Check your local listings, but on the CBS networks, you'll be able to find these shows, whether it be Saturday or Sunday, depending on where you are in the nation, or if you have on demand. That's the big thing. If you have on demand, or if you have a DVR, you can set your DVR or find them on demand. You don't want to miss the latest season, the latest episodes of WOW Women of Wrestling. And of course, definitely got to shout out my ladies here, Miami Sweet Heat. Listen, Laurie, Lindsay, what's the best way that the folks listening right now can keep up with you?
Follow us on social media, WOW Miami Sweet Heat. We both have a WOW individual page, WOW_Lindsay.
WOW_Laurie.
We have a Twitter. We have TikTok. Follow us on all those, and we're pretty active on all of them daily.
Posting upcoming matches.
Yeah, posting our upcoming wins.
Awesome. Of course, folks, www.wow, WOWE. Okay, so that's WOWE.com. Check out the WOW Women of Wrestling website for, like they said, listings of when the next episodes are going to be. You can read the bios of all the different superheroes that Wow Women of Wrestling have, including Lindsey and Laurie, Miami Sweet Heat. Listen, ladies, you've grown to be great friends of mine. I really, really respect you, appreciate you. I'm so proud of you. And I'm so happy every time I turn on the TV and I see commercials with you in them, or, check out WOW and see you in matches and what have you. It's just really special to see good people find a way to succeed at the highest level. And certainly that's what you both are doing. So keep up the great work.
Thank you, Duke. That means a lot. Coming from people like you who have supported us in our journey since day one, which, we've grown so much, thank you for saying that. So for the ones that have stuck with us since we started and saw the potential that, hard work and
we're just so thankful for WOW with the opportunity, giving more opportunities for women and us, especially too, just more opportunity to wrestle, which is what we were looking for,
We're just excited and we appreciate you, Duke. We love you. Thanks for supporting us.
And I'll get you some of that Egypt goods.
Oh, she's reeling.
I want to remind you to check out Zencastr, Zencastr. That is my favorite program to use for all my recording needs. And the great part is, not only do they have audio, but they also have video options as well. So whether you're video conferencing, podcasting, just catching up with friends and loved ones, you definitely want to check out Zencastr. They have paid subscriptions. They also have a free version, which I'm actually using right now. Transcripts, the whole 9 yards, and even, get this, Zencastr has started to do hosting. So for all you podcasters out there, if you're looking for a host for your show, please consider Zencastr. You will not regret it. I'm telling you right now. Once again, Zencastr. Made on Zencastr. That's right. Folks, be kind to yourselves and then be kind to others. Catch you next week.
This is Tony Schiavone, and we're desperately out of time on Duke Loves Wrestling.